What is up, my friends? I am coming to you on the first day of spring inside of the chicken coop. So we'll see how the audio holds up with so many chickens around me. It's quite snowy outside still, so everybody's kind of hunkering in. And we got some weird weather today. Happy spring in the mountains of Idaho. So I wanted to talk to you about how I get cheap trees. I was asked that the other day. And I really hadn't thought of it in such like certain terms. So number one, the way I get to get trees is through people who regularly work with young trees. Having friends that know who is growing what, when, and where is a really quick shortcut to getting good stock and cheaply. And it's also worth saying that like there's always somebody who's completely obsessed with a given plant. Finding them and using them as a resource brings extra value to what like passionate growers do. So utilizing people who know the plant, especially in your area, and who have access to cheap stock is a great way to go. Two is growing trees from seed. Find seeds, buy seeds, ask for seeds, and pick seeds from your fruit. Seeds are available, cheap, and often considered waste in an urban setting. You know, acorns is a great example. So go find some seeds. Number three is by buying seedlings from forestry nurseries. Often nurseries attached to the USFS or agricultural-minded universities, or like land grant universities, blah blah blah, sell extra tree seedlings at low cost. Pitkin University at U of I in Moscow and Lucky Peak Nursery ran by the USFS, U.S. Forest Service outside of Boise, are two from Idaho. And then another way, number four, is to get trees by picking first-year seedlings from people's lawns and commercial landscaping. Asking permission is a good way to stay in the legal right, but something like an oak seedling could be growing in somebody's hedgerow of boxwood, and no one is going to care if you grab a screwdriver and pry that plant out. I actually have a maple tree that's right behind this wall, like it's over there, that I found as a seedling on the edge of some landscaping when I was doing rough framing, wood framing, like stick framing as a day job. And I was actually, we were flying trusses, and I was off the wall. I was actually taking a leak. And I saw it on the ground, and I whipped out my hammer, and I pulled it out of the ground. I put it in my bags, and we flew the rest of the roof, and then I've kept it for years. And it's a couple years old now. It's like 6 feet tall. It's fantastic. It's probably like 5 years old now. And yeah, so that's a success story of a tree seedling I just found. So you can also do this with cuttings. Basal cuttings made from suckers are some of my favorites because they're so accessible, easy to reach, and folks habitually cut suckers away anyway. But best practices are probably to take cuttings from stems higher up in the tree. How you birds doing? You want to see some more? Here. Aeneas, how about you? So you take these cuttings from higher up in the tree, and you got a bald patch, brother. Somebody pecked you. That happens. I have a habit of taking suckers from like neat looking crab apples planted outside of commercial establishments. If anyone like actually realizes that you're taking berries or suckers off the plant outside of like a Walmart, they'll probably just dodge you like way hard. Nobody cares. So yeah, that's how I acquire trees. Number one, the homie hookup. Number two, I grow them from seed. Number three, I buy them from people who are selling them cheap. Number four, I get first year seedlings off of people's lawns. And number five, I take cuttings where I can. So that's how I do it. As you can probably tell, there's a theme of trees being small, and you really, really have to work for them. But that's how you can do it. So if you guys have any more questions, about what I do, hit me up.